The main goal of this bye week for the Eagles is we got to get as healthy as possible. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Ding back here, and hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. You know, there was no team, in my opinion, that needed the bye week more than the Philadelphia Eagles. They needed it because the Eagles are banged up. They've got a lot of good players that have injuries that all should, by the way, be coming back and ready to go after the bye week. This bye week is needed, and we must take advantage of it. Now, before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe for daily Eagles content, NFL content. You definitely don't want to miss it. And if you've been subscribed for a while, all I can say to you is thank you so much. I appreciate all your support, and you know what to do. Now, I'm going to jump right into what I want to talk about because, to me, the Eagles are sitting pretty. They're sitting exactly where they need to be. Resting, getting healthy, and getting prepared to make a run. And I think the Eagles are going to make a big run. Matter of fact, I think the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to be doing a preview prediction video for the playoffs this weekend or this Friday. I'm telling you right now, I expect the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. I expect them to come out of the NFC Conference. And anything less is a disappointment, okay? Now, when it's all said and done and we get into the offseason, it looks like the Eagles are probably going to need a defensive coordinator and an offensive coordinator, okay? Per the Associated Press source, the Panthers have requested permission to interview with the following NFL offensive coordinators: Ken Dorsey, Bills; Ben Johnson, Lions; Shane Steichen, Eagles; Mike Kafka, Giants. The team also interviewed Jim Caldwell on Monday. So, obviously, the important name for us here is Shane Steichen. Shane Steichen most likely is gone. I think him and Jonathan Gannon will probably be gone. The bye week is the time that they want to go out and do their interviews. I think Steichen has 2 interviews, one with the Texans, one with the Panthers, and I think Gannon has one with the Texans. And we know that the Texans, they were this close, like a Mark Holmes, just like a little Mark Holmes away from hiring Jonathan Gannon. I think more than likely he's going to end up with the Houston Texans, and it is what it is. And, you know, Nick Sirianni was giving his press conference today, and he basically sounded like they already have somebody in place. They already have names ready to go for offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. So I think they'll be fine. Now, I'm a believer in the blitz, okay? I believe in the blitz. So hopefully they'll hire a defensive coordinator that agrees with that philosophy, and hopefully they'll hire one. But am I expecting it? No, I am not. As far as offensive coordinator goes, of course, everybody's talking about Frank Reich. Oh, Frank Reich come back. Frank Reich can come back. I even mentioned it in yesterday's video. I think it's a real possibility. I think it's a legitimate possibility. And the other thing I'm going to say about Frank Reich is, if Frank Reich does come back, let's say as offensive coordinator, I don't think teams are going to be lining up to give him a head coaching job. So I think you may get him for 2 or 3 years. You know, it sucks to have to give Jalen Hurts another offensive coordinator. Here we go again. The guy is constantly getting more and more offensive coordinators. But you know what? Jalen Hurts can handle it. Jalen Hurts can handle just about anything. Jalen Hurts is that guy. He is that guy. To me, he's the MVP of the league. They won't recognize him. I get it because of the games he missed. But the way I said, like I said before, the games he missed actually strengthened his case to be MVP, okay? And he goes out versus the Giants, haven't played in how long? He's obviously rusty, obviously hurt. And, you know, I got to say this too. I was listening to Nick Sirianni's press conference, and he's talking about Jalen Hurts was playing on a hurt shoulder and he was in pain. I don't know if he should be disclosing all that. Like, is that too much? Are you telling us? I mean, because basically he's telling us it's worse than they made it out to seem. Because they made it to seem like his injury was like, oh, he'll miss 2 games, he'll be back, he'll be ready to go. But obviously, it doesn't look like he was fully 100%. It looked like he played through a lot of pain. Okay, a lot of pain. So I have gone from the injury is not as bad as we think to this injury is worse than we thought. How bad, I don't know. Will he be in pain in 2 weeks? I have no idea. But I trust Jalen Hurts. I trust him. I'm fully committed to him. I'm 100% committed to him. I believe at this point, you go out and you give the guy an extension and you trust him. I do, because I think with Jalen Hurts, and I think the difference between like Jalen Hurts and let's say Carson Wentz, okay, I think there's a big difference, and I think it's the intangibles, right? Carson Wentz was a lot of talk. I'm just going to be honest, right? Carson Wentz, we heard a lot of talk. He's a A-plus student, never had anything less than an A, only had like 1 B his whole life. All he does is go out there and think football, talk football, practice football. Everything's football, football, football. He has his girlfriend and they're out to dinner, and all he's doing is studying tape under the table on his phone while they're supposed to be at the dinner. Carson Wentz this, Carson Wentz that. And it turned out Carson Wentz, I don't think, was any of those things. I'm sorry, I don't think it was any of those things. He was very stubborn. It sounded like after the first, 2 years, sounded like it was very hard to criticize him or get him to change certain things. He was very stubborn. Meanwhile, you get a guy like Jalen Hurts who has all the intangibles. He works really hard. We know that. We know it because he actually does it. He actually goes out there and does it. Jalen Hurts has the team's respect. They respect him as a quarterback, as a leader, and they love him. We know that because they show it. Carson Wentz, half that locker room didn't like him. Look at all the leaks and everything that came out of it before, okay? Jalen Hurts wants to win. He's a natural winner, a natural leader. He is smarter than Carson Wentz. Obviously, look at the field, look at the play. Look how many times Jalen Hurts gets down, goes out of bounds, avoids certain hits that Carson Wentz takes. If Carson Wentz ran as much as Jalen Hurts did this year, he would have been out week 3. So, to me, Jalen Hurts has all the intangibles. And I only bring Carson Wentz up because he's the last quarterback to have a big contract with the Eagles. We could go back to Donovan McNabb and other players like that. But I think Jalen Hurts is a winner. I think he's going to go all out. And listen, I don't think in a contract extension is going to change Jalen Hurts, because sometimes people say, well, the money will change you, the contract changes you. He doesn't seem like that type of person. He seems motivated by wanting to win. I mean, they had, they're on a bye week. They were supposed to have today off, and I don't know if you guys heard this, but Nick Sirianni said that Jalen Hurts went up to him and requested that they study film and they watch film on their day off during a bye week. Okay, Nick Sirianni says Jalen Hurts requested to come in on the Eagles' day off for extra work. So him, the head coach, and the offensive coordinator are going back and watching that Giants game again. He's already trying to figure out where his mistakes were, what he has to do better at. I don't think you can teach that. I don't think somebody can just be that kind of guy. You're either that guy or you're not that guy. That's why I trust Jalen Hurts. That's why I would give him an extension. And that's why I believe that we are going to win 2 home playoff games and go to the Super Bowl. It's all about Jalen Hurts. That's just the way it is. It is. And he's got to get healthy. I hope that he'll be a lot more healthy than he was versus the Giants, and he'll be able to do all the things that we need him to. So we will see. Nick Sirianni also said that he's hopeful Josh Sweat will be able to play. That's a big deal. Josh Sweat missed last year's playoff game, but don't forget that Josh Sweat had 11 sacks this year. We need him on the field. We need him on the field. We need everybody on the field. Lane Johnson, they're gonna give him shots and stuff like that, and he's gonna play through pain. But we'll have him back, and then we're hopeful to have Avonte Maddox back. We've got a lot of guys out, a lot of guys hurt, but with the bye week and because of the bye week, we have a chance to get these guys back. And if they come back and they can play, I'm telling you, we can get through these two home games. I do not expect the Eagles' offense to come out and be sluggish and to be off like they were versus the Giants. Matter of fact, I expect the Eagles' offense to come out blasting. Okay, in the divisional round of the playoffs. I do. But to me, when I look at the NFC and I look at all the teams and the injuries, I think the bye week was the most important for the Eagles. Because if you look at early in the season, the Eagles really were healthy for a long time. The injuries started to kind of catch up to them at the end of the year. A lot of times, you get it in the beginning. Sometimes you get it during the middle. Sometimes it's just throughout the whole year these injuries come. And sometimes you get it all at once at the end. And that's kind of what happened to the Eagles. So this bye week was so important. Now we're going to sit back and we're going to see what happens. I see that the Giants are 3-point underdogs versus Minnesota. I think they win that straight up. And I see the Cowboys are 3-point favorites in Tampa Bay. They better win that or it's a choke job. It's a definite choke job. But for me, I think that the bye week is the perfect thing for us. And I trust Jalen Hurts to get it done. That's why he deserves an extension. That's why I would give it to him. That's why he's going to be the reason why the Eagles go to the Super Bowl. Just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. So here are the spreads for the game so far as we sit today. So you got the Seattle game, San Francisco. San Francisco 9.5-point favorites at home. I'd probably take Seattle in the points, not the money line, not to win, but the points. I kind of like it. Chargers and the Jaguars. Chargers are 1-point favorites on the road to Jacksonville. That's going to be a tough game. I haven't decided which way I'm going on that game. Miami Dolphins and the Bills. Bills are 9.5-point favorites versus Miami. I obviously like the Bills probably to win, but that's a lot of points. Like I said, Giants 3-point underdogs versus the Vikings. Then you have the Ravens and the Bengals. Bengals are 7-point favorites. I kind of like that. Matter of fact, I would take the Bengals in the points there. I think they cover and win. And then you have Dallas and Tampa. The Cowboys, 3-point favorites on the road. You know that is going to piss Tom Brady off. And I love it. Denzel Washington.